Okay, I really hope that you all had the chance to watch Alien Covenant, because right now I'm going to spoil the living fuck out of that film. But don't worry, I do have a spoiler-free review, feel free to check this one out, but this right here is spoiler talk. So if you have not seen Alien Covenant, you have been warned. Spoilers are coming in 3, 2, 1, let's do this. Now in my spoiler-free review, I said that this movie ultimately is Michael Fassbender's, or even more precisely, David's film, and it absolutely is, because the film opens up. The very first thing we see is David. Right after he was created, we get to see the interaction between him and Weyland. Yeah, they brought back Guy Pearce, and upon choosing his name, which he came up with after looking at the statue of David by Michelangelo, which was really fucking cool, he realizes that he will never age. Weyland, however, will at one point, and he looks at him, he's like, yeah, I don't see you bossing me around, which pisses off Weyland big time. And right there, you understand their relationship now even more. You understand why David wanted him dead in Prometheus. He's like, why do I have to serve this guy? Why do I have to serve mankind when I am better in every way? So right there, that was awesome. And we get to David later, because the film takes place 10 years after the events of Prometheus. And when the crew of the Covenant first arrives on that weird-ass planet, they realize, well, the atmosphere is breathable. Everything is cool. There's even corn here. What the fuck is going on? And this is the first encounter of xenomorph-ish creatures. Yeah, we really see the evolution of these things, because some people step on eggs and some spores enter their ears, and later on, these neomorphs burst out of their backs and throats. It's fucking disgusting. I loved it. But David saves their asses. He's there, he's like, cause he's pretty much like the T-800. Come with me if you want to live. And he brings them to this sort of temple where he now resides. And you look at the place, you're like, whoa, this looks like a mass grave. There are bodies everywhere. And this is when David opens up. He's like, yeah, this is actually the home world of the engineers. So right there, that was the thing that I mentioned in my spoiler-free review when I said that some fans of Prometheus are going to be pissed off, because the answers to why the engineers created us will be never revealed, because all of the engineers are dead. Yeah, David tells them that the ship malfunctioned and the black goo was set free, killing the entire population of the planet and killing Shaw in the process. However, it turns out that David is just a shifty little bastard, because what really happened is revealed in a flashback. They do actually arrive in the capital of the engineers, and it looks stunning once again. And David just releases the black goo on purpose, killing everyone. And he killed Elizabeth Shaw and used her for his experiments, because turns out the neomorphs are pretty much what David was working on, because he finally wanted to create life. That was the one thing he could never do, so he experimented with the black goo. And he tried it out on some insects, and they got more aggressive, they got bigger, and they ultimately are what we now know as the xenomorphs. He was also able to create the facehugger eggs using Elizabeth Shaw's womb. Yes, he killed her and used her reproductive organs in order to create the eggs. This is some fucked up shit. And I said in my spoiler-free review that I love the interaction between David and Walter. Yeah, while the flute scene was absolutely unnecessary and kind of retarded, everything else was great. Walter tells him, I'm the upgraded version because you made people uncomfortable. You are way too human. I served them. And David asks him, don't tell me that you don't love your servant. You risked your life. How is that not love? And he tells him, it's duty. Right there, that was interesting. David trying to teach Walter human emotions while at the same time being disgusted by mankind is awesome. And the two get into a fight. It seems like David killed Walter, but Walter is back and it's all like, yep, we got more upgrades. That right there, again, reminded me of Terminator T-800 versus T-1000, but you don't really see who loses the fight. However, to me, it was very obvious, because after they leave the planet and after they get rid of the final xenomorph on board, Walter is acting really weird, because he puts Danny McBride and Catherine Waterston's character back to sleep. And while she's already in the hibernation chamber, he looks at her and you realize, holy fuck, it's David. And she even realizes it. And he's like, don't let the bedbugs bite you. You're like, holy shit. Then he barfs up some facehugger embryos and puts them amongst the other human embryos that were part of the colonization mission. So yeah, These are the most important things that I wanted to touch on. First of all, love the fact that this is an android-driven movie. It's a movie about the xenomorphs, but David is the most frightening thing in the entire movie. He is really Dr. Frankenstein, and he has created his things that he is so proud of. He has had it with mankind, he is done with them, and I can't wait to see where they go with this, because, yeah, they will eventually arrive on the scheduled destination. But David is going to fuck up everything. Love the fact that he describes the xenomorph as the perfect organism, as Ash will too in the original film. That was a cool callback. But it did piss me off that they killed off all of the engineers, that they killed off Elizabeth Shaw, which kind of reminded me of Alien 3. Granted, this movie is much better than Alien 3. But if you think about it, the parallels are there, because Alien 3 opens up and Newt and Hicks are just killed for no goddamn reason. This time around, this movie does a similar thing. These questions will never be answered. I don't think they will. Maybe there's still one engineer out there. After all, we get to see a dead engineer in the original Alien on LV-426. So maybe the answers are still out there. Maybe we will get them, but it did piss me off a little bit. Other than that, the chemistry between Walter and David was phenomenal. The fact that he is the reason why xenomorphs exist in the first place was awesome. The fact that we got to see the evolution from spores to neomorph to facehugger to xenomorph was straight up amazing. And yeah, the theme of creation is still more than relevant. So with or without spoilers, I'm sticking to my silver medal. But yeah, what did you think of Alien Covenant? I asked you that before, but this time around you can spread spoilers in the comment section below. Let me know everything. Let me know your take on the whole David situation, the evolution of the xenomorph, and the unanswered questions that Prometheus asked us. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then just subscribe.